Hey, so we got the question, what makes you stand apart from other agents in the market and why should I represent you, the seller? Now, let's break this down. Having a proving selling system is not just based upon years of experience. Yes, there's a unique advantage of somebody that's been in this business 20 years, but there's also a unique disadvantage of having somebody that's done the same thing over and over and over and hasn't been able to adapt to the market and create technological advances in their marketing system and how they prepare and list properties. Why people should hire us is because we created a system that is based upon results. As real estate investors, we were buying and selling properties, and we knew what we should expect, as well as our experience in the marketing and advertising strategy of real estate marketing promotion. So, a proven selling system is what makes us stand apart. That's been able to let us operate anywhere between 2 to 3 to 4, 5 listings at a time, myself listing in this market, as well as working on the buy side, 5 to 6, 7 transactions at a time. I have had 13 transactions going on just myself by showing buyers and sellers what is uniquely different of having a buying system and a selling system. Communication, streamlined, back end support, and having what is that process that a client can expect from start to finish. So let me walk you through my proven selling system and why I should represent you as a seller or at least get the opportunity to interview for the position. We have years of experience. Me and my partner, Ed Zolvik, have over 20 years of combined real estate investment, brokerage operations, and residential commercial experience. This is very important, very important. But most importantly is that we list properties to sell, not to sit. We're not buying listings so we can put our sign in your front yard and say, look at me, look at me. It's not about the perception or the neighborhood that we're trying to go after. It's about your specific property and creating a selling plan that's going to align with your goals and executing on that. Now, as we work through this process, it's all about the 4 Ps. I was taught this from a top real estate broker in the country that does over $1 billion in sales. Having a streamlined system of property preparation, property pricing, property promotion, and property performance that also goes back to who your agent is and how they perform in negotiations and execution and showing coordination and all of that process during the transaction. But it all starts with property preparation, knowing what to do to a property to get it ready to market. Now, I want to say that there's a lot of real estate agents in Lane County and Oregon that know how to do one of these P's really well, right? They may be known in the market as a great stager or have design sense, but when it comes to pricing or promotion of your properties, they fail miserably. It's having a very sound, unique, even process through the 4 Ps. Okay. So when I come to a property, I'm looking for property preparation at the beginning. What can we do to prepare this property for sale? That includes creating a punch list of repairs and updates and things we need to take care of to get it to market and get the most money. Also, do we need staging or don't we need staging based upon are you going to be living in that property or is it going to be vacant? Next, are we creating that punch list and getting you over to the vetted contractors that are going to help get that property preparation done quickly? Also, what do we need to do in terms of appraisal issues that are going to lead to not having issues come up that have to be done in a reactive stance throughout the transaction when we go into contract? Next, we've created a pricing strategy that is based upon numbers, appraisals, and how we investigate and underwrite properties as investors. I want to be very clear here. We call our comparative market analysis the CMA that real estate agents are allowed to bring to clients because we're not licensed appraisers. And we've taken it one step further in creating a pricing matrix. We're going to look at everything from active listings that compete with your property, from sold properties that are going to be direct comps, all the way down to days to market, list to sale ratio, and velocity of your zip code, and comparing the automated valuation models, the things that you can see when you Google search your property and seeing how much it's worth on Zillow and Realtor and Trulia and Movado, and putting all that data together to get medians, averages, and price per square foot, both on properties that are taking to the market that are going to compete with yours, also in solds that are going to be direct comps that appraisers are going to use if your property was listed today and gone into contract. Guys, our property preparation is all about numbers, data, and analyzing those specific data points to give you the best strategy when it comes to market to pricing. Next is promotion. I talked about this in my introduction video. Advertising, marketing, design, print, direct mail, everything that we put into a specific property has its own marketing plan. It's not a cookie cutter template for every property, and we just go listing to listing to listing. Some properties are going to take way more marketing and preparation when it goes into luxury price point. Some properties, we know that we can get it done at a cost-effective strategy, but also maximize exposure on Instagram and Facebook. It all depends on what we're trying to do and what the specific property is going to demand. Listing a manufactured home in a park is way different than listing a luxury home on 30 acres. We have to look at all facets and who that ideal buyer is, and creating the property promotion process with our in-house marketing team and myself to get max exposure. We want views, clicks, engagement, shares. We want open house traffic. We want offers, and we want a multiple offer over asking scenario. Next, property performance. What stands apart about our process is the performance. I have other real estate brokers tell me that when doing a deal with Dan, you're going to get quick, streamlined communication. He negotiates like an expert, and we're going to be able to have a real clean process. It's all about keeping you informed, making sure that you feel you're represented, but also getting you the most money and getting you to the finish line. So our 4P process is all about what makes us stand apart from all the other real estate agents in the country and in Lane County. And I mean this because I've taken it from other real estate agents across the country and uniquely brought those systems to our team as we build this out. Now, why should I represent you or have the opportunity to represent you? When interviewing for the position of selling your home, I want to walk you through the process and make sure that first you have an understanding of the selling process, even if you've bought and sold homes in the past. A lot has changed. A lot of different things are going to determine how that property is prepared, and when we do marketing, and when we go live, and do we go coming soon, and when we go pending, how do we go through the repair process, and ultimately how do we get to the finish line. There's so many real estate agents that are focused on getting the listing, but when the process comes up and getting you through the timeline, it just fades out, and that communication and that expertise does not become fluid or transparent through the entire home buying process. Guys, we're here from start to finish, all the way through. We have a long list of client testimonials. Like I said, at this time when I created this presentation, 65-star Google local services, and I had in my Google My Business over 36 or 37 5-star reviews. Guys, it's almost 100 5-star reviews of people in Lane County, Lynn County, Marion County, Douglas County that have worked with me or my team on getting deals to the finish line and having a 5-star experience. This is no fluff. These are actual people, actual clients leaving reviews. And when it comes to exposure, guys, the unique advantage of all of this is that I have a tremendous local exposure network. I have over 2,000 people on a constant contact email list. I have almost 6,000 people in my CRM that are buyers that are potentially looking at properties. I have a Facebook business page with over 5,000 followers, an Instagram page that has over 26,000 followers, YouTube channel with over 10,000 subscribers. And as we go through all of this, I'm also advertising on Zillow and Realtor.com and Homes.com to maximize exposure of your property. When it comes to local reach, this is what I learned in the website and marketing real estate space. It's all about having a database, both uniquely that you can connect with and reach out to, but also having the technology and the tools and the exposure so that when you do put a listing out, you're going to get max exposure. I would put myself up against anybody in Lane County that I get more engagement and views and clicks on my videos and my marketing for listings than anybody else. The reason for that is I came from a marketing background that knew how to optimize that from start to finish. Next, what stands us apart from other agents is negotiating. The operative group's negotiation plan is all about setting the dialogue from the beginning. What do we want buyers to understand about your property and what we're willing to do and what we're not willing to do? And where have we presented ourselves in terms of repairs from a proactive standpoint so that we don't get in a situation where we go into contract and have to lower the price or do a ton of seller concessions because we don't know how to negotiate, through the transaction, both when we list the property and we talk to agents when they're scheduling showings, all the way to getting to an appraisal issue in which we need to reduce the price or navigate any type of appraisal gap negotiation. Guys, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And our number one goal is to remove this fear, uncertainty, and doubt so you know what you want from day one. That's all about negotiations and understanding your selling plan as a client. Now, menu of services, I'm not going to go through. We definitely have 3 listing commission tiers that you can look at through our process. But I want you to know that we've been able to do millions and millions of dollars in transactions in Oregon, both investment properties, luxury properties, standard 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 1-bath, residential, all the way to hazelnut farms and bigger projects that we have been able to represent clients on. My goal is to do this: get your property sold. And as a seller, if given the opportunity to interview for the job, you're going to get somebody who's college educated, who's running a real estate team, who's doing transactions each and every day, and has the systems to support the marketing, the negotiation, and the skills so that you feel you're hiring a true real estate expert and advisor for the role. I appreciate you getting all the way through this presentation, and I look forward to possibly working with you in the future. Take care.